Okay, my review of Squid Game Season 2. Now, honestly, Season 2 felt a little too repetitive to me. I mean, the first Squid Game, when it came out, that was so incredible. It was the first time I personally seen anything like that, and everyone loved it. I mean, people were playing games, risking their lives to get money. These people are desperate, so we see human nature and how humans might behave in this situation. And it was a unique thing to watch. And it ended well. I mean, Gi-hun won, and he had to deal with all the mental trauma of his best friend dying, and him and his best friend fighting in the final round. And that was all good, and he wins the money. And he's about to go see his kid, and then he decides to stop and decides to go after the Squid Game and stop it. Now, yes, that was a potentially good story to continue in Season 2, but Season 2 just ended up being more of the same, more of Season 1. I mean, in Season 2 we see Gi-hun actually trying to attempt to stop the Squid Game. He puts a tracker on himself and tries to enter the game again to have some men follow him, but that completely falls apart because they find the tracker and removes it, and so basically he's back to square one. He has to play the Squid Game all over again, and this time he knows what's going to happen. He tries to stop the people from playing it, but the people, they don't listen to him because everyone in there is desperate for money. And he saw in the first game that what happens to people in that situation. So basically it's more trying to do the same thing, survive the games, him teaming up. And in a somewhat interesting twist, I guess we can say that the front man's in the game, but then again, the old guy who, I forgot, did he run the game or was he one of the donors or something? That guy was in the game in the first Squid Game, and he used the same number. So basically, it's basically a same character again, but this time is the front man. That's the only difference. So we see the front man and Gi-hun teaming up, and the front man, honestly, I feel like he's slowly turning Gi-hun into a candidate to be the next front man. That feels like why he did this whole thing, to teach Gi-hun something. And we see a few new people. I mean, we saw that Gi-hun interacts with. I mean, there were people in the previous Squid Game too. And in somewhat of a change, we see Gi-hun assembling a few people and trying to go after the guys who run the game and try to stop him. Which, honestly, come on. That's just a dumb move. How are they gonna stop the people who run the game? Even if they stole a few guns from the guards, how do they know how many people are actually in the facility and how many armed guards are actually there? I mean, the people who are running this, they must have thought of this kind of scenario before. They were ready. Should have been ready. And obviously they were ready. Even though Gi-hun and his men did take down a few guys, few of those, what were they called? The guys with triangles, circles and squares on their faces, masks. Takes them down, but eventually they get gunned down. And it was a stupid plan. Come on. It was, I guess, an interesting change, but the plan was stupid, and the rest of the story was repetitive. And in the end, we see Gi-hun lose another best. Oh yeah. Apparently, another guy that Gi-hun was really close with ends up in this game as well. Come on, really? Two of Gi-hun's close friends both end up in this game, the same game that he's in. Come on. They didn't need to do that. It's literally a repeat season apart from everything that happens in the end. Sure, some of the characters are a little different, but that's not really a big part of the story. I mean, in this season we get Thanos in the previous season, we got that other guy. What was it? What was that guy doing? I forgot. Yeah, it's basically similar characters, same story, except for the end, which also fails and is dumb, and feels like a bit of a letdown. Now we saw Squid Game season 2 as Yi-hoon trying to break into the island from the outside while the Squid Game is going on. And we see new characters interact in the Squid Game, and maybe Gi-hoon interacts with one of the players in the game, just like the cop interacted with Gi-hoon in the first game, but this time he's one of the guards. Gi-hoon's one of the guards, and this player helps him stop the game. That would be a good way to do the season. It would be different, but this is basically a repeat season with a bit of an anticlimactic end. I mean, yes, the end is gonna be probably in the next season, because it was on a cliffhanger with Gi-hoon's friend dying in the end, which is coincidentally also what happened at the end of the previous season. So yeah, it felt repetitive, and maybe it could all come together well in the next season, but I don't know. Maybe we see one of the benefactors, the guys wearing the animal masks. Now there are some rumors about some big Hollywood celebrity being cast in it. Now it's not confirmed that, but if it is, it would be awesome. I really like that person to be. I really think that person would be an awesome intro into the story. But yeah, that's why Squid Game season 2, my opinion, was a bit repetitive.